What's up, everybody? It's Erskine the Prophet here to do another video for y'all. And this video is going to be called Mayans MC Season 3, Episode 5, Dark, Deep Laid Plans. I'm going to do the review, recap for this episode. I want to tell y'all, I'm going to give y'all a spoiler alert. There are a lot of spoilers in this video. So if you haven't watched the episode, you probably don't want to watch the video yet. So let's get to it. The show starts off where we see Tyza, looks like he's carrying some bags of lime. And we see Montez's body in like a big container, and he's covering Montez's body with lime. So it looks like Tyza's getting rid of the body, getting rid of the evidence from last episode. And he doesn't seem to have mentioned it to anybody. So, you know, as I said in the last episode, something's up with Tyza. I don't know what it is. He has some kind of connection to this dude, Paulo, you know, the president of what used to be the VM. I don't know what the connection is, but it's something, and it seems to be something sinister because Tyza's is doing a lot of stuff that doesn't seem to be in the benefit of the Mayans. So I'm going to tell you what's funny. Man, this was just like the beginning of the show. This wasn't even an actual show. You know how they do the little beginning scene? That's what this was. And after they did it, they never touched on it again, which is crazy to me, because to me, that's huge. You know, somebody from the actual Sons of Anarchy chapter dying and being left on your doorstep. And, you know, they just blew right over it. You know, Tyza got rid of the body, and that was that. No more mention of it. You know, maybe it'll come up, you know, next episode or the episode after that. Guess we could just gonna have to wait and see. Next, we see Angel looking for Adelita. And he ends up seeing her lying next to the bed, like on the floor. You know, I'm not sure what that was. But next we see Angel at his father's house, and he's getting something. Something's wrapped up, and he's putting it in his pocket. You know, him and his father have a little conversation. He asks Angel, you know, is he okay? And Angel said, yeah, everything's good. And, you know, he moves on. Then we see Easy with Bishop. Yeah, and this was what I was waiting for. You know, I love to see these two guys together. I love to see Easy and Bishop together. Anyway, Easy is trying to give Bishop his side of the story as to what went wrong with the drop. And, you know, saying that, you know, nobody knew that Vicky was going to end up rolling over on him. And Bishop asks him, you know, is he there to make excuses? Easy says, fuck no. And Easy asks if he can run point for the mission this time. And Bishop goes ahead, you know, and agrees. And Easy promises not to let Bishop down. And Bishop tells him that's a bullshit impossible promise and that he can't keep. And then he just goes ahead and waves Easy off. So I got a lot of notes here, man. It was a lot going on in this episode. There was a lot of like bouncing back and forth between the scenes. It was a lot of scenes in this episode. Like they didn't have like any like scene that might have lasted for 10 minutes. Shoot, the longest scene in this episode might have been like 3-4 minutes, tops. But anyway, we see Miguel going through his mother's things, and he comes across a picture that seems to get his attention. You know, then we move on to Emily and her sister. I'm not even gonna waste time talking about them. Next, we go to the clubhouse where, you know, Bishop's giving everybody their assignments. Bishop tells Coco and Gilly that they're gonna work together, and Gilly like, man, fuck that. I'm not working with that dude. You know, we know what happened in the last episode, you know, with Coco and the heroin. Gilly caught him using it. So Easy intervenes and says that Coco can ride with him. You know, Coco thanks Easy and says that fat fucker's out to get him. You know, and Easy does tell Coco that, you know, he hasn't been himself lately. Something's been off. And Coco assures Easy that he'll be good to go for the run today. So next we see Tyza talking to some lady named Laura. And they apparently have some history together. They're just shooting the breeze. Tyza asks if they can go somewhere and talk, and they start talking about stuff. Then we go back to Angel and Adelita. And Angel, he's talking to Adelita, you know, basically telling her that they should be together and, you know, to give him give them a try. And that whatever he had, you know, that he put in his pocket at his father's house turned out to be a ring. And it looks like he's giving her a ring, you know, basically asking, her to marry him. Then we go to Miguel. He shows up at the butcher shop and asks Felipe about the picture. Felipe tells Miguel that he loved his mother. Okay. We bounce back to Taza and Laura. Laura happens to be Paulo's sister, the president of the VM, and Taza is trying to find out where Paulo is from Laura, and Laura gets pretty pissed at him, saying that, she has a good job, a good home, everything's going good in her life. She don't want them people nowhere near her. And then the scene just jumps. That's how it's been in this episode. It's jumping a lot. Then we bounce back to Miguel and Felipe again at the butcher shop. And Miguel asks, I guess it's a picture of his mom dancing. It's kind of hard to see, and I'm guessing Felipe's in the picture with her. But Miguel asked Felipe about, his mom dancing, because he could never get her to dance ever. And Felipe tells him that his mother, loved to dance. And Miguel asked Felipe, was she any good? And Felipe says, no, she had no rhythm at all. But still, she loved to dance. She just wasn't good at it. But hey, we all like what we like. Miguel ends up, actually, Felipe gives Miguel a pep talk about holding on to the dying, and how if you hold on to him too long, you'll end up dying yourself. And Miguel asked Felipe, did his mother reciprocate the feelings that Felipe had? And Felipe tells him that no, his mother was always loyal to his father. And then Gabby ends up showing up, and Felipe waves her in, and Miguel ends up leaving. But before he leaves, he tells Felipe, here, remember her as you knew her. And he gives Felipe the picture. And Felipe ends up giving him, actually, Miguel holds out his hand for them to shake hands, and then Felipe grabs him and hugs him. You know how this dude, every scene this dude's in, he got to get super emotional. This dude's always crying in some episode for something. I'm not going to lie to y'all. I really don't like Felipe Reyes. I love Edward James Olmos, the actor, but I really don't like Felipe Reyes. He gets, how you'll see episodes go by where you don't see Creeper, you don't see Alvarez, you don't see Gilly, you don't see none of the Mayans, but you notice every episode you see Felipe Reyes, you see Miguel Galindo, and you see Emily Galindo. Does that seem, something just don't seem right about that to me. You know what I mean? It is what it is, but that's something that really gets on my nerve. I wish they would fix that about this show, but I got a feeling they won't, because I'm pretty sure Edward James Olmos is probably getting a pretty substantial check just to even show up. Now think about this. Say if we got rid of him and they didn't have to pay this dude. Man, think about all of the motorcycle chases and fights and explosions and everything else we could see if they could afford it. But, it is what it is. Let me move on with the recap/review. All right. So, we bounce back to the clubhouse, and Angel gives Easy a pep talk about getting Gabby back, saying that, if he really likes her, he needs to go for it. If she's that one, he can't let her go. He needs to do what he got to do to get her back. Next, we go to Juan Denver at the compound. Now, I'm going to tell y'all, this was something, honestly, I thought Juan Denver was going to be a recurring character from last episode, but evidently he's not, because some people showed up in a truck. One of them appeared to be blind or whatever. And they asked, is this Miguel Galindo's compound? Juan's talking in that country talk from the songs, and they ask him again. Then the blind dude ends up blowing him a kiss, and once he does that, Juan knows he's in trouble, and they chase him down and catch him. And then, at the very end of the scene, you see a lady with a big ass knife standing over top of him, and you hear it come down, but you don't really see nothing. So we're gonna assume that Juan just met his maker in that scene, which kind of sucks. I kind of like Juan, but I guess that was one thing I noticed about these shows. The characters you like don't last long. The ones you can't stand seem to last forever. But anyway, we go back to Adelita. She puts some clothes on, and we see her sitting there. She got Angel's ring on, and kind kind of seem like she's just pondering things. I'm gonna tell y'all, Adelita is my favorite female character on this show. There's not a lot to choose from that are good anyway, but I always thought Adelita was a badass in season 1 and season 2, and I really liked her. But this season, man, they just made her into a silent mess. She's just, I don't know, man, what the hell is going on? I hope she get her shit together. See, they don't have a Gemma on this show like they had on the Sons of Anarchy. They don't have any woman that comes close to Gemma. They don't even have anybody that really fits like the sheriff role either, for that matter. But, you know, I don't know, man. Maybe they get this shit together. You know, like I said, I love the Mayans. I love the characters who make up the Mayans. I love the motorcycle club. I just don't care for a lot of these other elements. And I understand every show gotta have its fluff, I guess. But just so y'all know, any of y'all who were Sons of Anarchy fans, Sons of Anarchy didn't have any fluff. The whole entire show was about that motorcycle club, unlike how it is with the Mayans MC. But anyway, next we see some kids running around with fireworks. They're meant to distract the BP so that they can do this. The river over the mountain, the mountain over the river Kwai, whatever that thing was. And basically what it is, they got a big giant wall. They got to drive the truck of drugs over, and that's what that is. So anyway, Easy drives to a wall, you know, but the wall is too high. And it looks like it has like a big ramp going over the wall too, so that the trucks can go over it, but they can't get the ramps on it because the wall is too high now. So Easy comes up with a plan where they take these tires and they use the tires to lift the ramp up to meet the wall so that they can drive the trucks over the ramp and get to the other side of the wall. And while this is all going on, the drugs are sealed to the back of the truck with a tarp. And we see Coco go over to the tarp with a knife and cut the strings to the tarp so it'll be loose. More on that in a minute. Anyway, they get over the BP goes over to the kids with the fireworks and starts shooting in the air and scares them off. And then they're on their way back to that wall where the mines are at. So they gotta hurry up. So they hurry up, get their plan in motion, lift the ramp up. And Easy's able to drive over the ramp and get the drugs to the other side. And then they end up setting the side on the ramp facing the police on fire, so that they can't pursue him. By the way, Steve was on the walkie-talkie the whole time, talking them through it. And seems like Steve came through for him. So thumbs up to Steve in this scene. Good job, Steve. Anyway, Easy and Coco are driving. They're on their way to, to the Abura to drop off the drugs. And while they're driving, Coco says the tarp is loose and he needs to go back there and fix it. So Coco gets in the back to fix the tarp and steals a brick of heroin from the 250. So now it's 249. Now I'm gonna tell y'all, it sucks. I was really hoping he wouldn't have did that, but I got a feeling we're gonna be saying goodbye to Coco as a character. Because I don't see no recovery from him doing that. I can't believe he did that. That really made me mad. Coco was one of my favorite characters. But I ain't gonna lie, now he just seemed like a little dope fiend, fucking up all the time, fucking up every aspect of his life. So I don't know how this is gonna play out for Coco, but so far it's not looking good. And I'm gonna tell y'all something else about that. Like now, I'm gonna tell y'all might think, okay, he got 250 keys, he ain't gonna miss one. No, that motherfucker's gonna miss one, I promise you. And sooner or later, it's gonna come up. I don't know how. I can't really say everything because I still gotta, I'm gonna end up touching more on some of this with the recap later on. But at some point, somebody gonna be like, hey, we got a brick of H missing, where's that? And since Easy delivered it, it's probably gonna fall on him. But remember, Easy got a photographic memory. And between Gilly, I know at some point Gilly gonna have to give Coco up. Excuse me. And Easy's gonna remember that Coco was messing with those bricks, and probably that's when he took one. So we'll wait and see in the future episodes to see how this all plays out. But I can promise you that Coco not gonna get away with stealing that brick of H. That I can guarantee you. Anyway, Easy and Coco drop off the 249 keys of heroin to Abura. While Easy and Coco are driving, Easy tries to talk to Coco, shoot the shit with him. Coco says, shut the fuck up, Boy Scout, and drive. And that ends the conversation. Then we go back to Adelita. And Adelita's playing with these different things and grabs a knife, then grabs some clippers, and ends up cutting off all her goddamn hair. Now, I'm going to tell y'all, I did not like, oh man, I wanted to cry when I saw that. To me, I ain't gonna lie, Adelita is my girl. She is one of the most beautiful women on the entire show. Her and Gabby, to be honest. And even Emily. In fact, there's a lot of good-looking women on this show now that I think, because I nailed all of the women on here look good. But it broke my fucking heart to see her cut off all her hair and end up looking like fucking G.I. Jane. Because that's exactly what she looked like when she cut her hair off. I could not believe that. But it is what it is. To each their own. Broke my heart. Anyway, everybody meets back at the clubhouse. We see Coco, Easy asks Coco, is he good? And Coco says if one more person asks him that, then he just jumps out the truck, jumps on his bike, takes off. So Easy is talking to Bishop and Tyza, and Easy said that everything, went smooth. And Tyza asks where Coco is, and Easy covers for him and says he isn't feeling well. And Bishop asks, is there anything they need to know about Coco? And Easy covers again and said that the eye just got him all fucked up. But Coco did good today. And Bishop tells Easy, no, you did good today. And it looks like Easy is back in Bishop's good graces, which is, awesome. I didn't want to see them two beefing at all, and I'm glad that it appears to be resolved, at least for now, or at least until that brick of H is figured out, just missing. Taz and Bishop are talking about the repercussions of all of the things they've done and how the other kings may see things a certain way. Bishop said whoever wants to bring it can fucking bring it. And it is what it is. Bishop is my dude. I fucking love Bishop. Like I said, man, honestly, between him and Jax, Jax was smart. Let me say this. Jax was smart like Easy, but Bishop is just a hard ass, ready to fight anytime motherfucker who gets down at the drop of a dime. All you gotta do is look at this motherfucker funny and he gonna be in your shit. That's what I love about Bishop. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, Nesta and Alvarez make their way to the compound and they come across a burnt up body and some cracked up eyeglasses. So it looked like they did kill Juan Denver and then burnt this body up. Alvarez says he likes the dude and I bet you he wish he was in Colorado now. Anyway, Alvarez says that that's a warning shot from Lobo Cinerva. So it looked like they ready to take Miguel's people to war. And Miguel here is so fucked up. I don't know if he understands what all is happening, if he ready to go to war. He don't seem to be quite grasping the threat these people are bringing. But, and that's just like one other thing, that's going to end up having to be addressed in the show. Man, I think this season is only 10 episodes. And this was episode 5 right here, so this is the halfway point. And they got a lot of shit they got to address in the next 5 episodes. And I got a bad feeling, man, they going to end up blowing a lot of it. I just got that feeling. Looking at how they did with the finale from season 2 and the season 3, how they blew that, I got a feeling some things might going to end up not making any sense at all. Because it's just too much. Too much they got to deal with not enough episodes left. Unless every episode is going to be extended, which don't seem to be the case. Something is I guarantee y'all something is going to end up not making sense when this is all said and done. But anyway, a barber is driving and runs smack dab into one of the kings, not Oso, but the other one. And he got a lot of dudes with him. And, they just sitting there. And I was going to say, I hope a bar don't have the drugs in the truck. Maybe they put it somewhere else, but it looked like that shit was in the truck. So I don't know what he's going to have to say to this king or how that's going to play out. But that should be real interesting, come next episode, hoping that they actually address it next episode. I hope they address it next episode, but we'll have to wait and see. Tyza apologizes to Laura. They have a little conversation. Tyza ends up leaving, and Laura just starts crying. So that's that. Next, Easy shows up at the butcher shop to ride Gabby home, but she has a dress on, so she says she can't basically get on a bike with Easy. So Felipe throws Easy his keys to his truck and tells Easy he can take the truck. Next we see Miguel comes home, apologizes to Emily. Emily and her sister sitting there shooting the shit again. And then Miguel comes home and to apologize to her, and he does give a sincere apology. Then we see Nesta and Alvarez. They actually come to their home, and Nesta's about to go tell Miguel what just went down at the compound, but Alvarez stops him. I guess he sees them finally in a good spot, and he don't want to interrupt them. So he just says, they could tell him tomorrow. Because Nesta was like, Mikey's gonna want to know this, and Alvarez like, we could just tell him tomorrow. So like I said, when Miguel finds out about that, that's gonna be real interesting to see how he reacts. Cause they didn't even take the drugs. I think they burnt that shit up just to show him like, we don't even need you. So that they seem like they're gonna be a major threat. Now, honestly, I wouldn't care if they just delayed these motherfuckers till the next season, hoping, praying we get a season 4, so that we ain't. Because honestly, like I said, I don't see how they're gonna deal with that threat and all of the shit that something is gonna get dropped. I guarantee you, either they not gonna address the shit with the Suns, or they not gonna address the shit with the VM. I don't see how they can get out of addressing it with the Kings. Going by what we just saw with a Bird, it looks like they're gonna have to address them Kings at some point. I don't know how that's gonna play out, but I'm looking forward to seeing how all of that plays out. Which is why I scream so much every review about the Mayans getting more time, about them focusing more time on the actual club, because they need to with these stories out there. Anyway, Coco shows up at the druggies lair, and he gives the leader that brick of H that he stole, and the leader tells Coco that he's home, he's finally home, and he gives him a little pack of dope. Then that girl Coco been fucking with, she calls him over and they hug. I'm gonna tell you, man, Coco was really fucking up. So I can't even have Coco as a favorite character no more, man. Fuck Coco. Whatever happens to him, happens to him. I don't know, man. This is shit. I'm just not feeling this. Don't get me wrong. I like the story, but I'm not feeling how they doing my boy Coco. Like I said, this is not going to end well. There's no way that this can end well for him. So, I don't know. We'll see. Angel goes to find Louisa, and she's gone, or Adelita, and she's gone. And you see Angel's ring that he gave her sitting there on the nightstand. So I'm guessing that means she rejected his marriage proposal. Angel's upset. He knocks the lamp over, and as he should be. Nobody wants to get their marriage proposal rejected. It hurts. We'll see how. I guess he's going to be in a bad spot emotionally as well. Man, all these actors that seem to be in bad spots, they really, I guess that's just what they meant by good writing for this season. All of these characters all fucked up in one way or another, between Adelita, Coco, now Angel. The shit that's been going down with Bishop. Everybody all fucked up. But what can you do, All right, next we see Easy and Gabby drive, and then Easy gives Gabby like this wrapped up fork. It was like wrapped up like a ring, but it turns out to be a fork. And now, Gabby has a fork for when she comes over. So Easy and Gabby stop to get some pizza. And Easy goes and gets the pizza, and as he's walking back, you see some dude in the Reaper come up behind him with a gun about to shoot him. And Gabby screams and warns him. So, Easy turns around immediately, grab him, and they start struggling. Then they both, fall down to where you can't see him. And you hear a gunshot. And after the gunshot, Easy comes, back to the truck. And they take off. And then once, Easy gets to a spot where he can check Gabby, he's all frantic, trying to make sure she's okay. And then you see Gabby's hands, covered in blood from Easy. So evidently, somehow, when we heard that gunshot, that was Easy that got shot. And he didn't even realize it. And then once we see that blood, the episode just ends. So, that was the end of the episode. So going into the next episode, man, there's a lot, they're going to have to cover, because a lot went on in this episode. Let me say this. I actually enjoyed this episode. I thought they focused on the Mayans a lot. Now, it was really, really choppy. Like I said, they was bouncing from scene to scene. I do wish they would focus a little bit more sometimes on some of the scenes we really want to see. Give it a little bit more time. But, honestly, I'm going to give this episode a 4 out of 5. I really thought this was a really good episode. A lot of stuff happened. They got a lot done. And there was a lot of focus on the Mayans. Even though it was choppy, it still was, one character or another from the Mayans, they got time. I do wish they would focus more on some of the other characters, a little more like Gilly and Creeper. Taz has been getting a lot of time, but like I said, I got a feeling Taz is a rat. Coco's been getting a lot of time, but he's a junkie now. So, I don't know. We'll see going forward. But like you got the situation with Miguel Galindo being targeted by Lobo Sonara. Like I said, they just killed Juan Denver, burnt his body up. That's a hell of a message to leave. We got to see how Miguel's going to react to that. I know even if Easy got shot, damn well they're not getting rid of the star of the show. So I'm sure Easy's going to be okay. But it's still going to be interesting to see what kind of damage is done and how Bishop and Angel are going to react to, and Felipe for that matter, to Easy being shot. Like I said, it was somebody in a Reaper that did it. So more than likely it has something to do with those Kings. Man, it's crazy that they would send somebody to assassinate Easy, though. That just doesn't seem right. So once again, that might be one of them things to where, I don't know, we're going to have to wait till next episode to see how that plays out. It would be weird for the Kings to just outright assassinate somebody from another club like that, especially not even a leader. So, we're going to have to see how that goes. I'm trying to think. I got a feeling they're not going to touch it, but it would be nice if they would address, the blowback or the fallout from Montez being killed, and pretty much now nowhere to be found. I don't know if that's going to blow back on Tyza. I'm hoping at some point all of this stuff, they address it with Tyza, because like I said, Tyza's, I don't know, man. He seems like he's a snake. We just gonna have to wait and see how it all plays out. But yeah, I guess we're gonna have to see what Adelita's next move is. Now that she's G.I. Jane and cut all her hair off, I'm guessing they're gonna have some plans for, I wonder if she may end up aligning with Lobo Sonara. I hope not, because I kind of like the dynamic with her and Miguel, but I guess we're gonna have to wait and see that too. But anyway, I thought this was a very good episode, as I said. A lot to cover. I don't know how long this review is going to be, but if you have any comments, please leave them. If I'm curious to see how some of you felt about the show. About the episode this week. If you liked it or not. If you agree with some of the things I said, my takes. Please like the video. Please, just hit the like. It don't take nothing just to hit the like, please. You know how long, man, how many notes I got to write for these damn reviews? It's cool, though. I love y'all. For the 10, 20, 30 people to watch them, I'm going to keep doing them for y'all to the end of the season. And please subscribe to the channel. If you're not a member of my family, please subscribe. I do my family right. I answer all questions. And I'm not a dickhead unless somebody else is a dickhead. If you cool, I'm cool. I'm never mean unless somebody provokes it. But I don't really get that with these with the Mayans videos anyway. That seemed to be more for my UFC videos where I get a lot of dickheads commenting. But anyway, y'all, I love y'all. Thank you for watching the video. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay strong. Peace.